All right, we are live. What's going on, guys? Good evening. How's everybody doing? I won't keep it too long. I just wanted to have a bit of a chat with you guys, kind of about what's going on in the market, all of the sentiment in the market, how everybody's feeling. I know there's a lot of panic today, a lot of panic today. So I figured, hey, let's talk about it, guys, right? Let's have a talk about it. So, having a look across the market first, what do we have, guys? Fear and greed. We slipped back into extreme fear finally at 18. I mean, that's one buy signal right there. I'm not telling you what to do, but me personally, guys, if you are a member of our Patreon, you know when I'm going to start accumulating again, a lot of the altcoins and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm on pause. I am accumulating stablecoin right now, and got a whole plan that kind of laid out. So, altcoin season index 26 out of 100. Alts have been taking a pounding. We have the likes of, you know what? Let's go have a look at the crypto bubbles as well. We'll look at that in a minute, but I also wanted to address the average crypto RSI sitting at 33.44. We're still in the oversold area as well, which does indicate we could be due for a little bit of a rebound. I'm not saying massive pumps or anything like that, but we are due for a little bit of a move. Get the hiccups to the upside. All right, let's go. What do we got? Gary, yeah, I hit Gary Daily. What's up, man? Smash those likes. It costs you nothing but your souls. Rockhound Ken, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Blessings, John. Smash the like. Yes, absolutely. Hit the likes, guys. Isaac, my dude. I will accumulate stablecoin until we hit the 200-week moving average and then build my bags from there. There we go. Lions Den, happy Saturday, Rob. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Dave, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. The gang is all pouring in. Good to see you. There was no countdown today, so I just wanted to pop on for a little bit, guys. I know that we have the open mic night tonight. I will be popping into the open mic for a bit tonight as well. So I didn't want to keep you guys too long, but I want to talk about some things, obviously, about what's going on in the market, right? So, and yeah, so anyway. So we are into the oversold. Let's go have a look over at the crypto bubbles, right? Let's see what's going on. Is it okay to ape in once we bought them? I would still DCA because you're going to have time, right? You're going to have time. All right, so looking across the bubbles, guys, oof, Bitcoin sitting down at 78,800. We got as low as 77,151. Is that as low as we got? On Binance, we got as low as 75,785. Wow, that's quite the discrepancy there. I hope Binance isn't up to something. See what I did there? H. Barbarina in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. All right, so looking across the space, yeah, guys, like having a look at all of these alts. What do we got? Filecoin down to almost $1 even. Ethereum's taking a beating too, 24.55. What do we have? What's Algorand doing? 10 cents Algorand. Wow, 10 cents. XLM sitting at 18 cents. We're getting close to those bottom market Pax Gold. Oops. We're getting close to those bear market bottoms, guys, from the last bear market. So that's a positive sign. Virtuals at 64 cents. Market cap's down to 424. I've always said that I like virtuals below a $500 million market cap. Jupiter's taking a pounding as well, 17 cents, almost 18 cents. I'm getting a little bag of stable coins, but are you still bullish on Miria? I'm down. Yes, I am. That's the thing. You're going to be down on everything right now, not just Miria. So yes, I am still. I will be buying more Miria at the bottom of the bear market. So ZBCN, is that such a good buying opportunity? I'm itching to get paid FOMO all the way down. Yes. Well, I mean, there's two states of mind about it, right? Two thoughts, whatever I'm trying to say. One is that, listen, ZBEX still has potential to keep going up before it comes all the way down. However, it's not guaranteed, okay? So my mindset is Zebek, for me, anything below a penny is a steal of a deal. In all honesty. However, if you don't have a whole bunch of money to be DCAing, the best strategy, in my opinion, would be waiting until we bottom out around the 200-week moving average, and that's where I would accumulate it. Because if you don't have a whole bunch of money to be DCAing, it makes sense to save it and wait instead of buying now and having it drop further, and then you're in the red. It doesn't make sense, right? So it depends really. Everyone's situation is unique. Everyone's portfolio is unique, and that's what everybody needs to understand. That's why one of the things we do over in our Patreon community is we book coaching calls, one-on-one coaching calls, where we help you go over your portfolio and help you figure that out, right? Zebek, is that such a good buying opportunity? Okay, we already read that. Yeah, so let's keep going here. What else do we have? Where's Solana? Solana's down to $105. I wouldn't be shocked to see Solana work its way back down to 40 to 50 bucks by the bottom. That would be fantastic for an opportunity on scooping up more Solana, to be honest with you. What's the market cap now? 59 billion. Creeping down, guys, creeping down. Cardano, 29 cents. What's XRP looking like? $1.67. I'd like to see XRP. Man, wouldn't it be great if XRP got back down like 30 cents so you could scoop more up at those prices? That would be insane. I set up a weekly purchase of USDC, not touching it until we hit bare ass bottom. There you go. I like the plan, man. I love it. I love it. A lot of you guys are starting to adopt the right mindset, and I can't praise you enough for that. Absolutely super fantastic. So yeah, everything's kind of taken a pretty big hit today. Quant's green for some reason. That's nice. That's good to see. What's the top 200 look like? Yeah, destroyed. Okay. Destroyed. Pith down. $300 million market cap. Man, am I going to load up on Pith? I think it could go lower, though, guys. Like I said, we're going to go lower to the 200 week. And boy, am I going to stock up on some of these great, great projects. I do believe that there is a possibility that because this altcoin season was so tempered and suppressed, that the next one might be actually more explosive than people are anticipating. That is how crypto tends to work, right? Whatever people think is going to happen, usually the opposite happens. So when you look at the altcoin season not happening as to the degree that people wanted, and then you look at the sentiment across altcoins right now and how people are saying there's never going to be another altcoin season and all that kind of stuff, I believe that people will continue to think that, and that will be the sentiment moving forward. And then boom. Now, I'm not saying in the next 6 months it's going to happen, but when altcoin season finally hits, I think it's going to catch a lot of people by surprise because the sentiment is so crappy right now, right? So yeah. And by the way, guys, thought I'd welcome in my brother from another mother. Boom, Max, what's up, buddy?
You're my boy, Rue.
You're my boy, Rue. Where's my boy, Rue?
Thanks for the invite, man. I just got done wrapping up like a real crazy deep dive on Quant, and you just mentioned Quant, so that was interesting. You're like, oh,
Yeah,
it's only one up or something. Go ahead.
funny how that played out, eh?
Yeah. In reality, it's not really up. I mean, it was so down that now it is up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll say it's not as beat up as everything else. What are your thoughts on I don't know if you heard too much of what I just said about how, in my opinion, there could be a strong possibility that the next altcoin season could be far more explosive due to the sentiment, right? In crypto, we see the market tends to do the opposite of what people think. So as we see all of these people saying, well, there's never going to be another altcoin season and stuff, I think that mixes in one more ingredient for the possibility down the road of a more explosive altcoin season than we had this time around, just because no one expects it and everyone thinks it's not going to happen.
Now, you make a very valid point with that. And I mean, there's so much that's going on. Like I did a video, I think it came out yesterday, and on my intro, I pointed out Warren Buffett and how he was, he was born during the Great Depression, I believe it was. And, he said publicly years ago, like, as the saying goes, buy when it's red, when the market is bleeding and so on, everybody's, flying out of the markets like, oh, I don't want to get into that. I'm so scared. He he loaded up, right? So he loaded up big time, and I'm seeing so many things on sale right now. Like I see Filecoin at rock bottom prices. Obviously, you just talked about Quant. I mean, Quant's not at $40 like when I first heard about it back in 2022. That's the bottom I ever saw. There's other people that have seen it way below, right? But there's numerous examples of, again, pay attention to your watch list. Just because the market's tanking something fierce, there will be some coins and tokens that will stand out even that much more. But here's the crazy thing, right? Canton, it's like it's been fighting against the grain. So, uh, yeah.
Yeah, you nailed that one, brother. I remember you brought that to us, and I mean, the community was asking questions about it, and there was Max dropping that dime, and sure enough, it's been explosive ever since you talked about it.
But it's all good. I mean, you shoot, man. Are you kidding me, man? You covered, XCN. I missed out on XCN, and it's just it's kind of like sometimes we just get in our own way, and there's just so many things, and that's what comes with the territory, and I'm sure it'll happen again. So
Yeah, amen to that. I just want to get into the chat a little bit more, and then I just kind of wanted to chat a little bit about kind of how everybody's feeling right now. Um, Wendy says, putting stable coins till 200 moving, ever so tempted to buy more. I know it's difficult to restrain yourself from continuing to buy, but you don't want to try to catch a falling knife at the same time, right? Because it's futile. Splake, Zbec, XCN, XPR, XDB. That's a nice combination if I ever heard it. Dropping Jasmine in there with a combo breaker.
killer combo ready. That'd be something if like the market just exploded out of nowhere. It'd be like combo breaker, and everybody would be like ready. Yeah.
Flawless victory. Everyone's
Mortal
portfolio.
Kombat. Yeah.
Finance or crooks. Amen to that. Ohowski, still waiting for that right shoulder also. Still possible. Still possible. It's becoming less and less likely, but we play in probabilities, right? Retest of 80K. Yeah, we could. We could retest 80K as resistance for sure. Wouldn't shock me.
I'll put you on the spot after you read that comment.
Yep. Wendy says, "Hey Rob, I want to say thank you for all that you do." Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you so much.
So I did see, your Patreon alert, because it's funny. It's like every time you put out something, it's like it notifies me. So sometimes I'm thinking, is it too early to contact Rob? And then I see your alerts. I'm like, nope, he's awake. Um, so I'm gonna put you on the spot, and if you answer this on your Patreon, then I apologize. Do you feel as though we are officially, like, this is literally day 1 or 2 of crypto winter or the bear market?
I think that the bear market started the day after Bitcoin topped and started working its way down. I think we've been in that bear market, but you never see it when you're in it, right? Like you can never see the forest through the trees. Nobody can, but I would say that where we topped, because from the top, it takes about 11 to 12 months to come to the bottom, right? So we topped on October 6th. And then from that point on, we were in a bear market working our way down towards our bottom. So
Interesting how that works, because last cycle, 11/11/2021, 69K BTC. This last cycle, if you want to call it that, we might as well call it that, right? Was a little bit earlier, and it was October, what date roughly, give or take?
6th.
6th. Oh, geez, that was my mom's birthday. So anyway, that's crazy. So again, the hike from 69K all-time highs, 11/11/2021, that's been great in my head, by the way, to October 6th. What was it, 129? Did we hit 129 or higher than that?
126.
I swear it was 129.
126, 314.
I'll take your word for it because you go with that. So if you think about it, right? So, geez, that's crazy. I mean, to look at that data, if somebody was going to do it. I mean, people do, right? But basically, we didn't quite 2x from last time's all-time highs of 2021 to 2025, but by George, we came close. It came
Well,
awfully close. I'm talking about BTC, but go ahead.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing that I think is really going to be the next. In my opinion, you got certain things that are like the next big question, right? Like, what's the next big question we have going on here? And if I share my screen here, looking at the chart, as you can see, for me, the next big question is, so we didn't really come and put this right shoulder in it as anticipated, right? We kind of just fell out of this bear flag to the downside, which fine, it is what it is. Now, there's a couple questions here. Are we going to consolidate in this range like we did here before working our way down? Is one question. Are we going to kind of chop here? And here's the harder thing as I go over to my trading view. Sorry, I should have just started with trading view, but whatever, because I have it set up over there. So if we go over to Bitcoin, this is the real big question in my opinion. Okay. Now this yellow line right here, right, is the previous cycle high. As you can see, let me shrink things down. 2021 high, right? That's where the previous cycle high is. It's that yellow line. Now, as we see, the second yellow line down here is the 2017 cycle high, and it, for the most part, it held as support, right, for the bottom of the bear market after the 2021 cycle. So the peak of the 2017 bull run held as support for the bear market of the 2021 cycle. Now, it dipped just a little bit below this yellow line here coming down, right? That moving average. That's the
that
200.
Was FTX.
Yeah, that was FTX. Yeah. So that's probably why it dropped a little bit below, but it dropped just below the 200-week moving average and hovered around that area for, let's say, before it really broke out of it, 494 days, right? So that's how long it consolidated at the bottom. So a little over a year, right? But the point of what I'm getting at here is, so the previous cycle high held this support in the 2021 bear market. So did the 200-week moving average. This is the big question moving forward. Now we have a separation in price between the previous cycle high at $69,842 or whatever, and the 200-week moving average, which is at $57,954 right now. Now that 200-week moving average is going to continue working its way back, like it's going to continue working its way up as Bitcoin's price stays above it, obviously, right? So I figure it'll probably hit somewhere between 60 and 61,000 before Bitcoin comes down and hits it. So which one is going to act as our support level? Is the previous cycle high going to fail to support as the bottom of the bear market, or at 69,000, or are we going to drop lower to around 57 to 60,000 around the 200-week moving average? Because now they're separated for the first time. So it's still a pretty tight range, but the question is, which one's going to be the bottom?
That is a very good question. You know, I spotted something right when you're going through this. If you can go back to 2022, I think it was. Hold on a second, and then hold on, go to a little bit towards that last bit of the chart you just did.
Right here.
Yeah. Okay, I think we got it. Hold on a second. So, kind of take the chart, like look at me, and pull it down a little bit from where you're last at. Yeah. Hold on. Stop right there.
Okay.
All right, so if you look at, and I'm not even a chart guy, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. I follow you though, because you're awesome with it. You are awesome at it. You deserve kudos on that, man. All right, so look, yeah. If you see what's going on literally right now with what Rob said, what about all the way to, I want to say, geez, see that last circle on the far left, the top part on 2022? We have the green turquoise circle. Go back for a second. Right. And then look at that red where we dumped further left Further left, farther,
Oh,
farther left.
here.
Right there. Yeah. Now look at that and compare that to what's going on right now.
Okay, well, that was a drop of wick to wick, 50, almost 51% move down. So I think I see what you're getting at, but 51% down. Yes. Do you want to continue, or do you want me to take it from there?
No, I want you to take it from there because I mean, my thing is, it's striking because it looks very similar to the chart right now. That's all. It might be absolutely nothing, let's face it, but it did look very, very similar, the correlation. And
Well,
again,
interestingly, we put in that high. Okay.
right.
From the high, we fell all the way down to the low. That's actually 54% down, 54.16, right? Then what did we do? We put in another new all-time high.
Yeah, I remember all this. I remember this very, very well. I got into like Dogecoin the end of January 2021. I remember even Shiba Inu, I think was like, it went at the time, it was its first all-time highs. I think it was like March or April. Like a lot of things in March and April of 2021 really blasted off and they're at bottom. And
Mhm.
then we got another one later in the year, obviously, which was, people call it like an alt season. So September 2021 was bad, but then you had certain alts that did all right, but it was October, hence the term, what they call it, Pumptober or whatever. What's that?
Yeah, October.
October. There we go. And then the top of the top was obviously, BTC 69K per BTC, but we even saw like some highs for Ethereum. Heck, even Shiba Inu when it got listed on Coinbase blasted off, and I think that was either September or October, just 2 months before BTC went to all-time highs at that cycle, right, of 69K. So my point I was trying to make is this: back to what you were originally stating when I first joined the, joined the StreamYard, the collab.
Mhm.
You were pointing out the whole thing of alts, and so I think with what you said, I mean, there will be certain alts. It won't be all alts, of course, but could those have like a super cycle? And I hate to throw around that term because obviously Tom Lee throws that around a lot. But yeah, what you mentioned, it does hold some weight here. So
Well, it is possible, like you pointed out here, this is a 54% drop right here. And in this time when this happened, right? What do you think the sentiment was in the market? What was everybody saying at that time? It's over, it's over. I'm sure that YouTubers were getting slaughtered in the comment section. I'm sure that people were freaking out, pulling temper tantrums, panic selling, doing all that kind of stuff, right? The smart people were buying, but I digress. But what I want to add to that is that so this is a 54% move down, and then we went on to put in new all-time highs. And how long did that take from the bottom to put in new all-time highs?
I think it was
It
like
took
6 months.
113 days.
So that was close, about 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember all this.
So what I want to point out on that though is if we go up here and we look at this dump, I already measured it. It's 40%. Here to here, we're 40, or here to here, we're at 40% down. So theoretically, if it copied what happened last time, we could still go down another 14% on Bitcoin's price, which would bring us down to, where are we right now? It would bring us down 14%, bring us right around 69,000, a previous cycle high.
All right.
Funny how that works, right? Another move down to bounce off there, maybe put in new all-time highs. No, we're not saying that that's what's going to happen, guys, but we're just throwing a theory out there that, listen, in the previous cycle, Bitcoin dropped 100, it dropped 54.19%, and then went on to put in new all-time highs. Now it's only dropped 40. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying it's happened before, right? This is not unprecedented stuff that's never happened before. So
Yeah, that was some class right there, man. Right on.
slapping you with some knowledge. let me hit you with some knowledge.
Right?
Nobody
Like
makes me bleed my own blood.
like our little inside joke when we were joking around in person. It's just like we listened to all this, right? And it's just like, okay, then you want beef?
Wu Tang.
No,
We
no,
don't
no. Fuji's.
Fuji.
Fuji's the score, the interlude where the guy was just like, he's just like, okay, then you want beef? It's like, man, I don't want beef. You know, I mean, I do want beef, but
I will show you flying fists of Judah.
yes, that's exactly it. He's like, okay, then I'm gonna show you flying fist of Judah. I know you got super chat to read. Go ahead.
Candyman, this getting old is a terrible thing. I blacked out for 20 minutes this morning. Then I realized I put my hoodie on backwards.
Oh no.
Oh, Candyman's always good for a laugh, my dude.
But just don't say his name 3 times because then the whole market will blow up.
Yeah, then we're screwed for sure. Elizabeth Warren shows up in your mirror, and we don't want that to happen.
Right? I remember being a kid, and some of my friends were like, "Man, Candyman, it's real, man. You don't want to say it 3 times fast. All sorts of doom and gloom's gonna happen." Anyway,
Bear is tasty. I'm feeling good. Still holding.
bear? You mean beer?
Oh, beer.
Beer's
Beer's
not tasty. Beer's never tasty. The only time it's tasty is to load up on alts at rock bottom. Then it's kind of tasty.
God bless, Ben. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I remember BTC going down to 14K. There you
I remember
go.
that too. I remember that too. And then when it happened, I'm sure you remember this, Rob. When that happened, Solana, I think, hit like, I don't know, $8, $9. And again, that narrative. Oh, you don't want to be part, if you have Solana, you might want to get rid of it because you don't want to be people's exit liquidity. Give me a break. That was the time to literally load up.
Yeah. That's exactly it. I love how you just said that. That when you look back in hindsight, and this is something that a lot of people, if you're new to crypto, guys, listen, you can learn from other people's mistakes here. There's opportunity here for you, right? You can go back and you could even just on YouTube and you can look at videos from content creators from like certain time periods. If you go back in the charts, right? Like right here, for example, April 5th, April 2021 till July of 2021. You can go look at people's YouTube videos and what the sentiment was in the markets from back then and what everybody was saying. And you'll see that it'll be very similar to what you're seeing all around you right now, right? And then you can take that and go, okay, so that was a sentiment. Everybody was saying the same things that they're saying now. What happened on the chart immediately after that, right? Oh, look, boom, explosive new all-time highs, right? So it's just something to think about, right? Like, don't just take what people say on the internet, on X, and there's so many people who just say things for the sake of saying things, right? You gotta make sure you're doing your due diligence.
I would agree with that. Absolutely.
Wendy says, hey, Max.
As Fat Albert would say, hey.
Saying 1K, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Saying, or maybe he's just resharing it and then just gives you a notification. But either way, saying thank you so much, man. I always would say your name is Cyan. I always wonder if it's Cyan or Saiyan or Saiyan. Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan. Just call him Goku and get it over with.
Oh yeah, like he's real life Goku.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Jacked anyway. So there you go. It's Elizabeth Warren's fault. Yes, absolutely. Ferdy says, after DCing into gems for the past year, I'm down, but I think I have a problem because I'm still excited about buying. Hey, me and you both, man. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell, more quant.
Yeah, right. I want to state this, though. Like, this is a very rare commodity. Not commodity, but like people who have done this are very few and far between. So you better believe that there is some people out there. Again, you're not going to really meet them. They're very uncommon, where they didn't listen to, you don't want to be a Solana because you're going to be exit liquidity. They didn't listen to that. They loaded up on Solana. But more importantly, when FTX happened and BTC crashed to below 15K, right? We saw the example Rob gave. So let's say, for example, you're just right at 15K. So with that said, you're like, well, do I load up on alts or do I just go all in on BTC? Now hear me out. So let's say, for example, that person had $100,000 or something like that. Well, I mean, even if people didn't have $100,000, let's say they had 60 grand. That's a better example. So you get yourself 4 BTC at that point. Then you say to yourself, no matter what happens, when BTC goes to these targets of, for example, like over 100K, right? Or in this case, somebody literally held it to 120 because we know it, according to Robin, went up to like 126. So man, oh man, you hold to like 120, then you sell, right? I know some people are like, you sell Bitcoin? You should sell Bitcoin. People sell Bitcoin, right? Think about the people then who kept that, as the saying goes, as dry powder and then waited for it right now, right? I mean, my God, there are so many things on that grocery list. You should have a watch list. And you say to yourself, like, hey, is this all-time lows? Is that all-time lows? Et cetera, et cetera. I'm doing it. Yeah, Jasmine's not all-time lows, but geez, what a great price to come in at Jasmine. Or add another bag to Jasmine, like where are we at? 0.0055. Stronghold dipped below 0.007. There's numerous ones. Like I'm bullish on Luxo. He keeps taking, but I'm like, geez, what a buying opportunity. Filecoin I mentioned earlier. I mean, say what you want. Yeah, man. I mean, geez, this is where you got to keep some of that dry powder, as the saying goes. But it is what it is. Hey, there's Elon Musk.
Elon Musk's in the house?
Yep. He's in the
comments. Yo, Elon Musk. What's up, buddy?
That guy is literally the godfather of Maximus Crypto ISO 222. People, you know, there's always somebody that told somebody about something. He's the guy who told me about quant and look at this and look at that and all this stuff. Literally, he's the guy. Now, if I can just get him to be on camera and share all his alpha, that'd be amazing, right? This guy can go on the biggest rant of all time, but
you should use if he doesn't want to dox himself, he can always use like an avatar.
Are you kidding? That's his avatar. That's the one he would use.
Well, there you go.
the Elon Musk.
Good stuff, brother, man. No one's better with the charts. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that, man. Candyman dropping some more of that cheddar. He says, if the markets keep going down, I might have to change my name to Man Candy.
Man Candy. Oh, boy.
Nice. There you go. All right, then. You want beef?
All right, then. You want beef. It's funny, the part right after that. They're like, nah, man, we want beef to eat. He's like, something, but go F yourself. He's like, whoosh. Like he does that little thing.
Oh, man. Good times. What's up, brethren? What's up, Elon? Good to see you, Muff. Good to see you, brother. Zbeck. I was telling everybody on the Patreon earlier today, I think it was, or no, it was last night on the Patreon open mic, just about, we have that Zbeck video coming out tomorrow that they need to keep an eye out for because, good things, man. Good things. I'm excited. I'm jacked up about what we talked about, man. I don't want to give it away. But it's definitely more bullish stuff from Zbeck for sure, man. So what do you think, man? Like, what's your sentiment right now? How are you feeling
about all this? I look at it in a different light than most. I'll be honest, not trying to toot my own horn. But I'm like, buying opportunities, some of the best ones out there. I'm like, all right, like I mentioned, Luxo. My gosh, 20-cent range. Filecoin, almost like $1. Are you kidding me? Like, and again, it could be a multiple day thing where the market tanks and then, levels off for a bit and then tanks and levels off for a bit or goes up a little bit. How many more chances are we going to get like this? I know people get tired of hearing that. They're like, oh, well, good for you. I came in and I'm 50 grand, down on my portfolio. I mean, that sucks. I don't like hearing that, but we all have, we all have a different story. It's the journey.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I've done a full testimonial over on the Patreon, a video on my story in terms of getting into crypto and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, at the end of the day, man, in all honesty, I mean, everybody feels it, and I've been listening to a lot of stories from Patreon members lately too, doing coaching calls and stuff. And it's crazy how everybody, including myself, everyone feels the same way in their first cycle, right? All of the parallels, all these different things. And they're just like, I bought the top. And you know what, guys? Like, let's just be real here, right? My first cycle, guess what I did? Bought the top, man, right? It's almost like a rite of initiation when it comes to crypto. And I know there's a lot of people in crypto right now who just started in like December, January of last year, like not the one that just passed, one before that, where we talked, right? And the thing is, like, guess what, guys? So did I. And this is something I really tried to pound home today with some of the Patreon members is that, guys, listen, when I started in crypto, I didn't know any more than any of you guys do, right? I'm not, like, I had just as much inexperience and knowledge. The only difference between where I am and where you are is time in the market, right? I have research and I have experience on my side. There's nothing else that's different about me that none of you new people in crypto don't possess, right? That I've achieved something that none of you guys can. That's not the market is here for you just like it was here for me. And here's the thing, I paid my dues. Someone said to me earlier today, it's easy for you to say. Whoa, 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 whoa. I paid my dues, right? When I started in crypto, man, we had nothing. It was roll the dice, man. It was, this needs to work
Yeah,
now.
man, those people that say that, like obviously, Elon Musk, right? He's one of my best friends, really.
Mhm.
We have this joke. I want to mention this because it pertains to what you're saying. So people say this all the time, and it drives us crazy. It's like if you do well, there's always that random family member or casual friend, or hate to say it, like even some haters. They're like, "Well, must be nice. Must be nice." Like, oh, it must be nice that I work 3 jobs 7 days a week, plus taking care of my dad, who is very elderly, and basically hardly zero time for myself, 4 to 5 hours sleep every day, if that. Yeah, must be nice. Like it just came to us, Rob. All of it just came to us. We didn't
Just
have to
shower.
earn nothing. Yeah, when people talk like that, it tells me, like, what is your grind? And how do you look at life? Do you look at life literally like, I hate to say it, like you're entitled?
Mhm.
Like it just needs to be thrown at you? Like, oh, well, they got it so good. Are you kidding me? I'm not wealthy yet. Yet? Am I in a better situation than I was compared to how it was maybe 4 years ago? Of course. But I'm still, again, it's just because my journey is like I'm a few stairs up compared to you doesn't mean I'm way up here, or I know you can't see it on the camera, but we all have our journey. And that's the point. It's the journey. Can you imagine we just had everything handed to us? Boom. Where's the
Yeah,
sense of gratification?
well, that's just it, right? It helps you appreciate when you finally do get there. Like I said, we were at a point where, like, man, no BS. Our hydro was getting cut off. They were threatening to cut our hydro off all the time. Our cell phones. I was in like this. I remember being in this like stuck state cycle where I was running my own business and I needed my phone, but my phone kept getting cut off, so I couldn't run my business to make money. And I couldn't make if I couldn't make money, I couldn't pay my cell phone bill, right? And I just got stuck in this stuck state. I'll never forget being stuck in that cycle, and it was extremely frustrating. But that's where we were, and you know what? It was on the Patreon, people know we started my first portfolio when I first got into crypto was only $6,000. That's it, and that wasn't. I have a lump sum of $6,000 to put into crypto. That was me working 4 jobs, bouncing in the bars and stuff like that when I don't want to, getting into fistfights with people I don't know, to make enough dry powder, to make $100 a night to go get into 2 or 3 fights a night, right? Just to buy some crypto and stuff like that. So yes, it is nice right now for me, right? But again, like you said, people only see the tip of the iceberg. They don't see all of the struggle and all of the sacrifice working 4 jobs and all the stuff that I had to go through for years. Again, I bought the top of my first cycle. I wrote everything back down, and I had 2 choices at the end of the day. I was in the position a lot of people in crypto are in right now. I had two choices. It was either pull a temper tantrum, panic sell everything, call it a scam, point fingers at everybody, and walk away, or double down, DCA, lower my cost averages on the bags I was already holding, find some new projects, do some research, gain some experience, talk to as many people as I can, and figure it out, make it work, or go back to living less than paycheck to paycheck because I couldn't emotionally handle it, right? And so when someone
And
says now,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
when someone says now, oh, it must be nice, I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about? I was exactly where you are, and you have I had at that point in time, and this is the point I really want to stress, I had no more, I had no edge on your position right now. If you're in crypto, I'm not smarter than you. I'm not better than you. I'm not none of those things in any way, shape, or form. Right. Right now, all I have on you is again research and time in the market slash experience. Right. So if you want to get to that point, you got to you got to take the crookeds with the straights. You got to dig through the nose to get to the yeses. You got to power through or give up. Those are your two choices, right?
Absolutely. To pound home that a little bit more, it's just like I can have that attitude like, oh yeah, it must be nice to get to what was it like almost 15,000 subs and then have a channel given to you and then have my former partner completely rug it away from me after people just donated like $500 worth of super chats and whatnot, and then get it taken completely away from me and realizing, hey, I'm gonna have to start from scratch. It must be nice to start from scratch, but I did, and I'm glad that I did because it taught me, like, you know what? It's how you persevere. There you go.
Amen, man. Uh, God bless, brother. Your boy, my boy. Thank you so much, brother. Thanks for being here. I know you're not around as often, but I miss you, brother. It's good to see you, man. You was you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. David with a Y, bringing the knowledge. Nice. Must be nice eating ramen noodles. Yes, exactly. Must be nice putting peanut butter on crackers for supper just to get by, right? Yeah, it's true. But another one that I get all the time is, yeah, well, I have kids. I have six. What else you got? Right? Most people, I would dare to say, 99.99% of the people who are watching, I probably have more kids than you. Right? So that's not really. I still did it, right? So can you, and that's a part I want to get a hold. I want you guys to understand. So can you. I'm not like I have no edge on where you were. I can't stress that enough. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not nothing. I'm just I'm you 10 years from now. If you stick with it, that's it, right? Really, I'm you 10 years from now. What are you gonna do? Or the guy on the, I don't know, or you're just living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm not you 10 years from now. It's really up to you.
That's the thing that really needs to be talked more in school. I mean, I did a little bit in my last teaching assignments, especially at a short-term gig, for business. But for summer school, I was teaching business, right? Because I majored in business. And I was trying to let the kids know, high schoolers at this time, I said, you know, last day of school, they're like, Mr. Stanley, what is one thing you can leave with us? I was like, you guys really care all of a sudden? You didn't care earlier. They're like, no, we care now. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to leave you with this. I was like, try to change your mindset that you need multiple streams of income. I was like, do you think I bought all this crypto because I did it with one stream of income? No. So I was like, create multiple streams of income. In this day and age, we pretty much have to. AI's coming. It's coming so quickly. It's ridiculous. It's just going to scale. We talk about blockchain, DLT scaling. AI is going to scale, whether people like that or not. We're going to get to the fourth industrial revolution pretty quick, right? We're really literally knocking on that door. We're going from Web 2.6, 2.7 to 3.0, right? Everybody says, oh, we're in Web 3. We're not in Web 3. And again, fourth industrial revolution will come, but you know what's going to come quicker? It's the next revolution, the AI revolution, whatever that is. Will the fifth industrial revolution be the AI revolution? Probably. That will come so much more sooner. So again, if AI is replacing literally so many jobs, which it is, then how do we
Already.
prepare for that? Yeah, you have to have, not to quote Napoleon Dynamite, but like skills. You have to have unique skills. You have to have more than one stream of income. Shout out to my grandpa. He was old enough to be my great grandpa, Harold Stanley. He worked for Warner Brothers. He grew up in L.A. He also had a job as being a proofreader at one point. And all these jobs were replaced. Nobody called it AI. Oh, you're going to be replaced by AI. It's just like, it was just a natural thing. Like, we're advancing. So again, I kind of look at it like, okay, fast forward 100 years. He had these jobs literally 100 years ago in the 1920s. Where are we at right now? I mean, I've seen countless examples where people are like, yeah, I had my job replaced. Now, of course, some examples are like, I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago, I went down to Wendy's, and that darn AI assistant that was taking my order for my salad and basically my drink was like asking me all these extra questions. It was more accurate than the lady, a physical person who took my order. And I was like, I went inside one time, and the manager was just like, yeah, you kind of come in here at least once every 2 weeks. I recognize it. She was like, I want some feedback. I was like, you want me to be blunt and honest? Or you want me to, you want to hear what you want to hear? She's like, I want you to be blunt and honest. I was like, the AI is actually way more efficient and way more accurate than your physical people, because they get my order wrong all the time. So that's just fast food, right? And you shouldn't be eating fast food, although I was eating a salad, which is cool. Wendy's got good salads. But here's my point. My point is, yes, this is all coming. So again, if AI is going to replace the main jobs, where does that leave somebody who that's all they had was just one source of income, right? What happens is, obviously, the things that people don't want to talk about, like universal basic income and whatnot, forget that. I'd rather be on the other side of that spectrum. I think we, as in the people that got in early on all this stuff, are part of the new 1%. That's a reset in itself that not enough people are talking about. People look at like, oh man, the top 1%, how did they get there and so on. Look into how they got there. Again, the Warren Buffett example, what's his name? Clayton Morris, shout out to him, redacted. He reported that Warren Buffett, ironically, despite popular belief, because Warren Buffett's been pretty wealthy for most of his life, he didn't become a billionaire, Rob, until he was 56 years old. Now, Warren Buffett's like in his late 90s, or give or take, 90, I don't know how, he's probably at least 97, something like that. So think about this, like, it wasn't until the last quarter of his life, unless he lives to be 110 or something like that, which he could, but it wasn't until 56 that he became a billionaire. Now, don't get me wrong, he's worth billions and billions, but what did he do? He did basically what we're trying to do. He loaded up in these cycles when everything was crashing and so on. And he capitalized on it. So with that said, we are going to be the new 1%. We're just not there yet, but we will be. 8 to 10 years is what everybody should plan. Kind of like what you mentioned before. I would totally agree with that. But people want to be in and out of this in 1 or 2 years because they got spoiled in 2021. They threw money at anything. I mean, I'm guilty of it too, right? I throw money at this, throw money at that, like the dartboard, as the saying goes. And a lot of that stuff worked out, but a lot of them didn't. Yeah. So, anyway.
No, you're absolutely right. Elon Musk says, I got one up. I got 7. Damn you, Elon Musk.
I was going to mention you guys have close to the same amount of kids, so.
It's just how bad you want it. Yeah, exactly. 2030 is the year. There you go.
The ShamWow guy. That's awesome. Wonder what happened to him. The ShamWow guy.
Somebody loved his nuts, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You're gonna love my nuts. I'm shocked they allowed him to say that on television.
I know.
Oh man, but yeah, it couldn't be truer though, man. Couldn't be truer. I mean, and listen, I know, guys, that there are people out there that do struggle to find employment or to find, we're not trying to imply that it's easy for everybody out there, because it's really not. But the point that we're trying to get across is that it was hard for us too. right? It wasn't showered down on us or anything like that. And it still isn't at the end of the day, right? We all still have problems. We all still have issues to deal with, right? Max and I, we accepted Jesus into our lives, and that's us, right? But there's a way. There's a way is the point, right? There is a way, and if you too many people I find are so focused on, I go to work for 8 hours a day or whatever, or 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, and they go home and they don't spend any time building something for themselves, right? They don't spend any time researching or anything because people are trained to have that mindset of, well, now I need some downtime. Now I need a break. I want to do some stuff that I want to do now, right? That's what people are mindset to do. I've put in my 8 hours today or whatever it is at work, but now you're just burning that time because you're not building anything for yourself. If you're just watching Netflix or reading a romance novel or playing video games or whatever it is that you're doing, going out to the bar, that time, you could be using that time to find a way to monetize it, to get yourself a second stream of income like Max was talking about, right? And you just have to be creative. There's ways, guys, right? You could work online. There's a lot, especially since C19, there's so many online jobs now, work from home jobs, so many of them, right? So I'm just saying, right? It's out there for the taking, guys. It's just a matter of the people who will get it are the people who are managing to ignore Netflix and ignore going out to the bars and stuff like that. Because you know why? You'll be able to have all the free time you want to yourself once you make it. Then you can do whatever you want for the rest. So you want to do whatever you want to do for a couple of hours every night, or do you want to do whatever you want to do for the rest of your life? It's really up to you, right?
That's another thing I was encouraging students was like, listen, I was like, I know you guys get bored in these classes and sometimes, because I mean, sometimes, class could be exciting and sometimes it could be kind of dull because it's part of the syllabus and the curriculum. It's like, ah, geez, I got to talk about this boring thing. Even in me as a teacher, like, I have to talk about this? Really? I mean, try to make it fun, but again, I try to lead the students with, listen up, right? Just try to find something that you're passionate about, that you love. Because if you can do that, you can monetize that. Yep. And basically, that in itself is so rewarding, like, oh my gosh, I mean, working for somebody where you just kill it for them and then they're not appreciative about it and so on. And if anything, maybe, I don't know, fire you and you get rehired 5 hours later. What's up with that, right? Right in the freaking neck. That's what I say. Anyway, no, that's bad. But
I see where you went with that.
Yeah, anyway. Not really. I'm not referring to the other neck part. It's an inside joke. Anyway. I said it for Mike because he knows what I'm talking about. There's this friend of ours, we call him the legend, and he told the main guy, he says, right in the neck. He's like, screw you, right in the neck. And I'm like, looking at the group text, I'm like, I think it's safe to say that guy is no longer going to be with the company. Anyway, it's just a little inside joke.
So yeah, I just wanted to pop on and do a live and just, kind of let everybody know that, like, you're going to be all right, man, right? You're going to be fine. This is not the first time that the crypto market has crashed, and I promise you this much, it's not going to be the last time, right? So at the end of the day, this is experience, and it's going to be valuable for you down the road. Might not feel like it now, but it will. But I got to get ready to do the Patreon open mic night tonight.
So you got things to see and people to do.
I do, yes.
All right. Fair enough. Before you leave, just this closing. Do people know about when you were in Phoenix, how we were at the restaurant,
no,
I never said anything. The one I call Twin Cheeks. Anyway, they don't know about the whole thing of thank you for your service.
No,
can I just tell on you real quick?
You can, yeah.
All right, true story. You guys are gonna love this, all right? So Rob's visiting. It's like roughly. It's kind of late. Like we went to this restaurant kind of late, maybe like, I don't know, 9 or 10, which is kind of late to go to a restaurant. And, it's this place called Twin Peaks, who Rue and I joke around, like sometimes it's Twin Peaks and sometimes it's Twin Cheeks, if you know what I mean. All right. Not complaining on that. But anyway, so Rob is kind of like looking at how he is now. He's got kind of like a shirt like that. I mean, he's got his haircut like it is. We're just chilling, me, Rue, and Rob, just enjoying our meal and talking whatever we're talking about. Just bonding and having a great time. This guy comes from the bar. I don't think he's tipsy or anything. He didn't appear to be a guy that's just like, whoa. And I would say this guy's roughly 22. He looks like a college kid or something like that. He stops, looks right over at Rob, and he says, "Thank you so much for your service, man. Thank you so much for your service." And then he walks out. And Rob's like, "Damn." He's like, "I'm Canadian. I didn't even serve in the military. And I had this guy coming up to me, thanking me for my service for you guys." So he does, look at this guy. He's working out. He's working out apparently. And he does kind of look like an ex-Marine in a way, right? Yeah. So I can see that. Anyway.
I now have not have. I know I texted you yesterday about it, but I now have not had a carb in 2 full days. Not a single carb.
Nice. That's amazing. I mean, I did 15 days straight, and then I ended up getting a migraine, and that was a full water fast, but I don't suggest that for anybody. Anyway.
No, it's just been protein is all I've been eating. So
you're gonna be jacked. You're not gonna be ripped. You're gonna be jacked. There's a difference, right? There's people that are like thin and ripped, and then there's people that are like buffed and jacked. I picture you being jacked. I picture you being full-fledged Canadian juggernaut, man. That's what you are, Canadian juggernaut.
Wait till May when I come back. Yep.
You're not. I can't call you the Crypto Hulk because there already is a Hulk. But you, sir, are Canadian juggernaut. Okay. All right.
All right. We've probably bored them to death.
We have.
But all right, buddy. Hey, man. As always, brother. Thank you so much for popping in, man. And we got some more stuff to make tomorrow, I assume.
Yes, and if you happen to watch the replay of this, type into the comments, Godfather of ISO 222, Maximus Crypto. We want Elon Musk. We want Musk. We want Musk. We want Musk. We want Musk. Will it happen? Probably not, because he doesn't want to dox his plot. We're gonna show up the show right freaking now. Brown cow. Bye-bye.
Oh, nice. Yes. I lost track of what I was going to say there because of that.
This guy is about to. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that on live stream. No, thank you.
All right, buddy. Yeah. As all. Oh, yeah. I was talking about tomorrow, but it won't be available till afternoon, as you know. I mean, you probably do too, but I got church first thing in the morning, so.
Well, yeah, all good. If you want to do like maybe some other day, like Monday or something.
No, I'm free in the afternoon. I usually get home from church around 12:30.
You realize we can probably just stop the stream for everybody else, and then
but they see us talk, right? So
they do.
I don't know. Anyway, okay, yeah, we'll do that. All right, guys, I will be popping into the open mic night over on the Patreon tonight, guys. If you want to join us over there, it's a hell of a good time. Check it out. And guys, listen, if you're new to crypto, if you're wondering what's going on, if you don't know what to do, jump over to the Patreon, book a one-on-one AMA with me. We can sit down, we can have a look at your portfolio, we can make sure you're structured properly, and we can help guide you through this, right? If you have no idea what's going on, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail at the end of the day, right? So join us over there. The link's in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, guys, go check out Max's channel. Shoot him a sub if you want the latest and greatest quant, XRP, ZBEC, Jasmy, and everything in between. Canton, the man who called Canton, you're looking at him.
Thank you very much.
So, yeah. All right, guys. God bless.
God bless.